Here you are about a week removed from the game. You guys are doing your part, self-quarantining and all that stuff. Some challenges considering the circumstances.
Yeah, 2020 has been full of challenges from the beginning of March. So that's something we've become accustomed to. We just have to adapt, and that's the most important thing. Adapt, no excuses. We know that this one is now the most important game we'll play on December 1st. So our mentality just has to stay with that. We gain a lot of confidence from what we've done in the last two matches down in Central America, and we're just ready to move on.
How much of the success of this group is just the motivation, obviously the skill, but the motivation just not to have this season end? All the things that have happened in 2020. I remember back at the Island Games, it was let's keep going. I feel like that's kind of a rallying cry for this group.
Yeah, I think we love to do what we do, and the more games you can play, the better. And especially doing them in this competition. Every player around the world wants to play continental football. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. We've been blessed to be able to do it now 2 years in a row. We're trying to give ourselves an opportunity to keep on doing it through this competition and through what a win in the next game brings us in the future. So I think, that's enough motivation for the guys. They know we're on the cusp of something that's very special, but we also know that we've got to be very focused. That's the one thing that's gotten us past these two previous games. And this one's going to lead a little bit more of that concentration going into it.
You're someone who always takes it one game at a time. So I have to imagine you're not looking very much further than that match on December 1st.
Yeah, 100%. This is a team that, it's going to take us quite a bit of work to get a lot of information on them. They're a team that's currently playing in season down in Haiti. So a team that has match rhythm. So just compiling as much information as we can, which sometimes isn't easy coming out of that region. We got their game from Waterhouse, and we're now compiling some of their league matches that we've been very creative in trying to find. So the one thing we know is they're going to be a very challenging opponent. They're going to be an opponent who's coming off of a big string of games. And I think that's something that's important to note. And then just knowing where we're coming from, being off this next while and just getting ourselves prepared for it.
Because what you guys went through, in that March, April, May span where you were so structured at home, do you feel like that kind of makes these 2 weeks easier for your group?
Makes it easier, and then knowing that they've gone through it, I don't think it ever makes it easy. The guys prefer to be on the pitch before to be touching the ball and training. That's for sure. Again, we're away from home for about 17 days, so it's just good for guys to be back in their households, families, just seeing some familiar faces. But I think as the days go by, everyone wants to get back on the pitch, and I think that's going to be the most important. But of course, that time period that we went through back in March helps significantly, and just the guys understanding that what these at-home workouts mean and the importance of getting them done.